What'd you turn it off for? You turn it on? Okay. We're going to do a video and show you how to do your measurements. The first measurement you're going to do is always your P wave. And your P wave is equal to, it tells you atrial depolarization. How long did it take for your atrial depolarization to happen? And this measurement is going to be a vertical measurement. Then your answer is going to be in millimeters. So what you're going to do is start at the base of the line. This is your baseline. It's going to go all the way over. It should be straight. We're going to start at the top, at the bottom of your baseline, and we're going to go to the top of the P. Now, when you take your calipers that I gave you, you're going to put one point on it and bring it in to the other point. You're going to take it where you can see clearly, and I see 2 millimeters, okay? 2 little squares, 1, 2. So, I'm going to mark that 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. So on my answer, I'm going to put P equals 2 millimeters, okay? Now, the next one you're going to do is your PR interval, and that's atrial depolarization. And the AV node delay, because the AV node holds that impulse, so the ventricles and the atrials don't depolarize at the same time. Now we want to know how long it took. So this is going to be a measurement in seconds, and second measurements are always horizontal. So to do your PR interval, you're going to start at the onset of the P to the onset of the R. You're going to mark it. You're going to put one caliper here and the other point caliper here. Take it to some smooth space. And that's one big square. And one big square is 20. So you say your PR is equal to 20 second. Point. Always remember your point. 0.20 seconds. That means it's normal. Okay, now you're going to measure your QRS, and you're going to measure it vertically and horizontally. We want to know how long it took for the ventricles to depolarize. And we also want to know how big the ventricles are, okay? How big. So first, we're going to see how long did it take for them to depolarize. You're going to start at the onset of the Q and end at the S, QRS. It's onset of Q, end of S, okay? This is a horizontal measurement, okay? So you're going to take your calipers, you're going to put 1 point on the Q, 1 point on the S, and you're going to bring it down to where you can see. And this is 0.08, which means that it follows. It's in the norm. 2 little squares horizontally is 0.08 because 0.04 plus 0.04 is 8. Remember that, each little box. That's your horizontal. Then you're going to do your QRS vertically. You're going to start at the base of the R, Q. You're going to start at the base of the Q all the way up to the R. Take it down where you can actually see. Always use clear paper. So this is 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, I say 11 millimeters. Remember, each little square is 1 millimeter when we're doing what? We're measuring this vertically, okay? So the QRS, the vertical measurement is millimeters. And you're going to start at the Q to the top of the R. Okay? And what do we get? We got 11. QRS, 11 millimeters. So far, this is a normal patient. Okay? The other measurement you're going to do is your T wave. And T wave represents ventricular repolarization. How long did it take for the ventricles to repolarize? Okay? This is a vertical measurement. So you're going to start at the base and go all the way to the top of the T. Those are your markings. And you're going to measure vertically. Take it down to a good point. And I would say 4 millimeters. So your T wave is ventricular repolarization. You're going to measure it vertically. Okay? So your T wave is 4 millimeters. The other measurement that you have to do is your QT interval. That's going to tell you how long did it take for the ventricles to depolarize and repolarize, okay? So that means that you're going to make a marking. It's a horizontal measurement from the onset of the Q to the end of the T. So it's going to be the onset of the Q to the end of the T. So let's do that. So we got our marks. We're going to go from here to here. We're going horizontally, and that is 20 plus 20 plus 1 is 0.41. Okay? So we're going to go QT is equal to 0.41 seconds. We're doing this horizontally. And that's how you make your measurements.